So I know what you're thinking. This thing is done. Seams are ripped. Stuffing's coming out. I don't know how many shots I put through this thing. It's year, maybe 2 years old. I can't remember. But it's not done. If you have one similar to this or any Morrell, I think any Morrell bag target, you can get one of these, the Morrell replacement covers. Not super hard to do, but I mean, some people don't know, they'll just throw these things out. But I'm going to show you how. So first we're going to see what's in this kit. These are directions, but you don't need those, you got me. Inside the bag here we have cover, of course, all pretty and new. You have a garbage bag. It's actually just super thick poly, not super thick, but thick poly. Protect it from the weather. We also have these zip ties, which will come in handy later. Zip tying everything up and making it tight. But before we get into all that, we're going to take it outside or on the floor here, and we're just going to jump on it like it owes us money. So let's get to that. Alright, gonna lie, this is oddly satisfying. All you want to do is kind of flatten this out the best you can. So I think that'll do it. So now that we've stopped it pretty good, try to flatten it out as much as possible, because this will help when you're putting the bag back on. It's kind of a pain. But I did try to get some of the stuffing back in where it has some pass-throughs. But next, we're going to get this little cover off. So normally I would just come in from the bottom here, cut these staples, or not cut the staples, cut around the staples, just pull this thing off. But since my bag has been out in the weather, and it's torn from the top because it's gotten wet and weighed like, I don't know, 50 pounds at least. We're just gonna cut the rest of this off and then slip it out. And you know what? This stuff is surprisingly thick. I thought it was just like a tarp material. It's not. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they make it out of, but it is durable. I actually did this with my Morrell outdoor target. It's a huge target I got secondhand somewhere. I put a new slip cover on it, and if there is any hope for this one, we can fix this one. So I'm try to get this off here. Just cutting around, you're making the biggest possible hole to get it out. Put that down before we cut ourselves. Alright, and then we're just going to grab the bottom or the top, depending on where you cut it at, and pull it out. And this one was so waterlogged, I actually let it sit in the shed here for 2 weeks, drying out, so hopefully it's dry enough. It's going right back outside anyway, so not a huge deal. But here are the innards of your bag target. It's just, I don't know, it looks like blankets inside. Kind of cool. So, I think on the directions they tell you just slip it over the cover I just took off. but that seems hard. I tried it with the other target and didn't work out too well. So I strip it down to this bag. I'll leave this bag on it and we'll just slip the other bag over. So we're gonna go ahead and grab our poly bag, trash bag, whatever you want to call it. And I don't think it really matters which way you go about this, but I'm not gonna fight this and try to pull this off pulling it this way. So I'm gonna go about it from the top here. And we're just gonna work this thing on. Like I said, the more you stomp this thing, get it flat, the easier this process will be. It's a little dusty. Alright, there's that part. Pretty simple. Next part is the slip cover, and I think I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go slide it on from the top here so I have this nice sealed surface for when rain hits it. So the top of my target will be right here. Gives it more of a water barrier. I mean, it's gonna get waterlogged because I jam arrows in it daily, but let's do that. So we're just gonna take our cover, it's double-sided, so it doesn't matter which way it goes on. So let's do that. We're just going to slip this on from the top. It's a snug fit, but that's a good thing. You want your packing material in this target to be compressed as much as possible to stop your arrows from passing through it. I like to take mine every once in a while and like I showed you before, just stomp them. And I'm not just talking about when you switch covers. It's good to do it, I don't know, like once every couple weeks or something, once a month. Just keeps all the material from sagging. We're actually going to take this and we're going to jam it in there. Like so. Alright. That wasn't terribly hard. Next, we're going to button all this up. So I'm going to bring you in a little closer for that. So I brought this thing down the ground so you guys could see it a little better. But anyway, this is the bottom side of the target. We're just going to take and roll up this poly a little bit. Try to make it as weatherproof as possible. And we're going to fold the sides in. And then we're going to fold the front facing pieces in, and then we're going to fold them again. That's to give us as much material as possible for those zip ties to pull onto. So we'll do the same process on the other side. Fold it over, pull it tight, and I'm actually going to leave a little gap in between the two there, so when you pull them with the zip ties, it'll be nice and taut. So now, you know, I tried this with a screwdriver on the other one. It worked pretty well, but I found this tire punch tool, and it doesn't really specify in the directions how you're supposed to go about getting the zip ties through this bag. So there's no pre-cut holes. You're gonna have to punch your own, but minor inconvenience. So let's fold that a little more, and we'll go and take a tire punch tool. We're just gonna punch through both sides of the bag. I'm coming about a ½ inch down. Watch your fingers. Alright, that's punched through. So now we'll take our zip ties and hopefully we'll just work them through. You want to pull these as tight as you can. Cut off the excess with a pair of snippers, side cutters, whatever you got, scissors. And then we'll repeat that process with, what do we got? 6 more zip ties. So we'll repeat that process all the way across to here. And then that'll be it. So I'm not going to bore you with that, but I'll show you the finished product. So I went ahead and put all my zip ties in all the way across, making sure everything's nice and tight. Pretty simple. And honestly, it's going to save you a lot of money because these aren't cheap. Well, the Target aren't cheap. The covers, I want to say they're 25-ish for this model. I could be wrong. My wife bought me this for my birthday, but it's a great thing to know if you didn't know about it. Don't just throw these things away. I mean, eventually throw these things away, but for the most part, I mean, you can even pack t-shirts or whatever down in there before you seal this all up, just to rejuvenate it a little bit. But anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like and subscribe if you want. If not, that's cool too. But everybody have a good one. So we're going to go ahead, nope, that's not what I meant to say. Words.